Hello, I'm Josh George. I'll be doing my Week 2 college football predictions. Let's roll the intro. Well, let's go into a recap of how I did last week and how last week was. In the comments, some people got really close with scores. If you have a score or a prediction or you think I'm wrong, honestly, let me know. I'd be happy to read, happy to see how you do. Last week I was 9-3. That's pretty good prediction-wise. Now to this week's slate. This week, the first game I have on the slate of games is the Cincinnati Bearcats at Ohio State. Cincinnati's a very talented team, a very, very good defense. There's a lot of things I like about this team. But Justin Fields put up 45 points last week for Ohio State, and him and J.K. Dobbins combined for 325 yards. I think that's pretty good. And a Big Ten school, they're kind of big brother in this matchup. I have them winning 20-38. To the next game on the slate of games here. Rutgers went 1-0, beating UMass last week. And the FPI has Iowa winning this matchup by a 90% chance. I think it'll be a lot closer than a lot of people think, but I'm going to go with the FPI. I do think Iowa will find a way to win this matchup. Because of their defense, I have them holding Rutgers to 7, and I think they can score about 24 points. So I have Iowa beating Rutgers at home 24-7. Now, this game is going to be a really good game. I think it could be really defensive or really offensive. Syracuse took down Liberty 22-0, but Maryland had the game of the week, winning 79-0. And I think Mike Locksley from Maryland is a really good coach. And they're at home. There's a lot of things I like about this Maryland team. I know Syracuse is ranked 22nd on the road in a tough environment. This I see as kind of a coin flip game because I think Syracuse is kind of the more talented team. But then when you look at the 247 talent composite of Maryland is ranked 27th. So definitely a toss-up game. But I have Maryland losing 17-21. And I think it's going to be a good game, though. Now to a Big 12 SEC game. Can Missouri bounce back after losing to Wyoming? How good is Austin Kendall really for West Virginia? We'll find out as he goes on the road to Columbia. It's a very tough environment. I mean, and how will Kelly Bryant do in the quarterback battle? I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be an up and down game, a lot of momentum swings. But ultimately, I'm going to kind of go with my gut. I think Missouri's going to find a way to win. They find a way to bounce back. And I think it's going to take at least 30 points to win this game. So I have Missouri winning 31-28. Now, some people have this as the game of the week. It's a really good 2:30 game here on ABC. And Trevor Lawrence, I think he's the better quarterback than Kelvin Mond. And they've just got the better defense. With the line at 17 right now towards Clemson, it just shows me that they're just a better football team. And I have them winning 31-24, despite playing a great game last season, 28-26. But this time at Clemson, different result. Now, kind of a rivalry game, Nebraska at Colorado. I think Colorado has some of the best receivers in the Pac-12 and maybe even in the nation, led by Tony Brown and Lava Shaynut. Those are just really cool guys. Nebraska does, however, have the defense. They created 4 turnovers last week, but I'm just kind of hesitant to pick them on the road. Colorado, tough environment, oxygen levels usually lower than normal. So I have Colorado beating Nebraska 23-21. Then this is kind of the game of the week in the group of 5 teams. Florida speed on display, but when you get Winbush and Killens involved, great combination in the backfield, and I think Central Florida has the way better team. Lane Kiffin did not look his offense didn't look super great against Ohio State last week, so I think it will be 45-28 in favor of Central Florida. Now, this is kind of the SEC game of the week here. 2 teams opening conference play. Arkansas barely beat Portland State 20-13, but Ole Miss lost to Memphis 15-10. Not a lot you could tell from that game. How good is Arkansas? Can they go on the road and get a win? Is Ole Miss offense any good? Or are they going to have to rely on their defense this year? I think this game will answer that question. For the score I have for this one is 13-17. Ole Miss finds a way to win with their defense. Now, turnover chain against Mac Brown. I think Dallas at running back for Miami, I think he's a good running back, and I think he'll find the seams. North Carolina made tons of coaching mistakes in that one, and if they make mistakes against a big-time opponent like Miami, they're going to lose, even though they are at home. And it's hard to pick this North Carolina. If they win this game, they're going to really prove something to me that they are, in fact, back and maybe even on track to make a bowl game. But I have Miami 26-21. Now, to the night game of the week. Stanford at USC. Could be a great game. USC's quarterback's injured. It's kind of a pick'em, so to speak. I know Stanford only scored 17, and KJ Costello didn't look good. And on the road, in a big environment, late at night, I just have a feeling that the Trojans, with their talent, are going to find a way to win. I have USC 18-17. Now, Superdog/upset pick of the week. I'm telling you right now, with Michigan favored by 28 and seeing Army at Oklahoma and knowing their offense, I'm definitely taking that number. But am I going to pick Army right out? I'm telling you the triple option gives them a chance to win, but not win right out. They'll definitely beat the number. I'm super convinced of it. That's why they're my super dog. But I am picking Michigan to win the game. I'm not picking Army right out. Now, the game of the week. This is going to be a good game. Texas has Sam Ehlinger. LSU's offense exploded last week. If you watched that game, you saw them slinging the ball all over the yard. I mean, Ed Ogeron has revamped this offense. Now, one fact to note about this game. Texas has not been unbeaten in the non-conference since 2012. They're at home in Austin. I know last time we saw them against an SEC opponent, they found a way to win a game. Last time we saw LSU against an opponent from Texas, they found a way to lose. So it's kind of an iffy pick. It's the game to watch this week. There's no doubt about it. Great DBs for LSU. That's why I have them winning this game. I know Texas has great receivers, but I just have a feeling that turnovers will decide this one. So I have LSU winning 22-30. I'm Josh George. This was your Week 2 college football predictions.